no usage of mother tongue here. Little grammar analysis is done in this method. So here more emphasis is given on the speaking ability and listening of the skills. Here lessons are the target language. Lessons are in the target language, not a single word unit as this. Here the focus is on everyday vocabulary. Visual aids are used to teach the vocabulary. There is a particular attention placed on accuracy because we are talking about the speaking skills. So there is a focus on the accuracy of pronunciation and grammar. Teaching grammar is done by using an inductive approach here. Now coming to the merits, advantages and disadvantages of this method. As we said, speaking skills are being developed in this method. It facilitates the understanding of the language that becomes very easier for the students and the teachers to communicate in the foreign language. There is no interference of the mother tongue in this one. It improves the fluency of the speaker. And here there'll be reading skills also can be enhanced, and it improves the language senses of the individual. This method is based on activity, so the students shows interest, they are excited to learn the new language. Here LSRW, all the 4 skills are being developed. Coming to the demerits, this method ignores systematic written work and reading activities. Though they are being given importance in this one, but totally they are not followed in a systematic way. Here, this method will be very effective in the higher classes. And there is a limited vocabulary used in this one. There is a restriction in the scope of vocabulary, as all words cannot be directly associated with their meanings in the foreign language. And teachers should be very skilled, and we lack the skilled teachers to teach in the direct method. Now, coming to the third method, that is the Dr. West method. Dr. West method emphasized on the reading. Dr. West methods conducted an extensive research and experiments on the problems of teaching English as a foreign language in India. So this new method is the outcome of his research, and it stood as a reaction against the direct method. The main profounder of this Dr. West is Michael Philip West. He was an English language teacher and a researcher who worked extensively in India in the midst of 1900s and produced the reading scheme with the name The New Method Readers. So here, this approach was mainly concentrating on the reading ability of the individual. How many vocabulary words should be taught to a particular class? That was being main importance of it. And he has developed a reading book also for this one, which deals with it. So here 3 elements are given emphasis on it. The first one is reading, second, readers with selected vocabulary, and third is judicious use of the mother tongue. These 3 elements were being emphasized in the Dr. West method. Now coming to the reading, he has given that the minimum numbers that the student has to learn during his schooling were being classified under different heads, and those words were limited to 2,280 in the reader. We have essential words, we have common environmental words, we have general words, we have specific environments words related to it. So all these categories should be taught to the students. That should deal with the 2,280 words. Oral work was given more importance. There was a supplementary book provided for the reading purpose, because in early days, we used to have the supplementary readers. Now we don't have the supplementary readers. Coming to the advantages of Dr. West method, it develops the reading skills, as I told you. It is useful for the lower grade teachers to follow in the classroom, as it is emphasizing on the reading, developing the reading skills. It develops comprehension. Interest in reading is increased among the learners. Attention is paid towards the selection and grading of the vocabulary. This grading of the vocabulary will be depending upon the principles of gradation. There will be graded readers, companion books or composition books, supplementary readers, and the teacher's handbook will be provided, which will be very interesting and will be helpful for the teacher as well as the learner. Now, coming to the demerits, it has given more emphasis on the reading, but it did not give more emphasis on the speaking and writing. So these two skills were being given neglected over this one. If people have to start with reading in the initial stage, the language learning is sure to be dull and lifeless to him. So it is unpsychological. This is one of the disadvantage of it. More or overemphasis is given on the acquiring of a vocabulary which has been selected with the words list. And it has neglected some sentence patterns or the phrases or idioms in this one. That is one of the drawback of this one. There is too much emphasis on the silent reading. Now coming to the bilingual method. Bilingual method, with the name itself, says that it's dealing with the two languages, mother tongue as well as the foreign language. So teacher and the students can use both the languages, but whenever it is required, not always. Whenever it is required, then only it has to be used. So Dr. C.J. Dodson, he has developed the bilingual method. So this method needs L1 and L2, that is the mother tongue as well as a foreign language. The teacher uses both the languages, L1 and L2, in the classroom. And coming to the features of this method, here the sentence is the unit of teaching, not the word. It emphasizes on creating situations in order to teach the concept. Mother tongue is used whenever it is necessary to explain the difficult area or difficult words in order to understand it. There is a rigorous practice of the sentences framing in the classroom. Rules of grammar are not taught separately, but it has been done in the grammar translation method as it is done over here. Now, coming to the advantages and disadvantages of bilingual method. You all know what can be the advantages. Students can easily understand the concept when it has been explained in both the languages. So the teacher saves the time over here. There is no botherization of the creating situations in order to convey the meaning. Directly teacher can give in the meaning in the mother tongue over here. Time can be utilized properly by the teacher. Even an average teacher can teach this method in the classroom. This bilingual method will promote both fluency and accuracy. It will lay emphasis on speech and pattern practices, as well as it promotes accuracy in this way. And it does not require any teaching aids because it is taught by using the mother tongue for explaining the concept. So there is no need to use any aids in this one. Now, disadvantage, there is the focus on grammatical structure, not on day-to-day conversation. Rules are not being given to them. The teachers must be proficient or fluent in both the languages. Sometimes the teacher may not be fluent in the, if as a teacher, I can know the Telugu in a better way, other teacher may not use Telugu. Other students may not be able to understand it. That is a drawback over it. And it does not allow any set theory for the students. Students become dependent on their mother tongue because the students will be knowing that if they doesn't understand anything, the teacher will explain it in the mother tongue. So they will be dependent on the other language. The methods and procedures are not different in this method. Now, coming to the next method, as I told you, there has been few things added in this unit. Here, online and the blended learning is being added in this one. What is online and blended learning difference, children? Do you have any idea what is an online learning and a blended learning? Yes? Respond, children.
Ma'am, online, which is like we use during COVID time also, not physical learning.
Okay. Blended learning?
I'm a mixture of both
physical and online
as well as face-to-face.
Yes, face-to-face as well as using the digital learning. That is one way. Online learning refers to the instructions that is delivered electronically through various multimedia and internet platforms and applications. So in this way, you can interchange the information by using various things. So this type of online learning is used interchangeably with other terms also, like web-based learning, e-learning, we call it as computer-assisted instructions, and internet-based learning also. So this, we have live webinars, with question and chats also. Virtual meetings are there, discussions on platforms like we have Zoom meeting now, Google meeting. So all this comes under the online learnings. So what can be the advantage and disadvantages of this online learning? First of all, online platform provides access to English language courses for learners around the world. Not only in English language, if you go for any other thing also, it will provide the platform for the students. And there is a flexibility. The students can learn on their own space and on their schedule. And online courses often incorporate interactive tools such as virtual classrooms, multimedia resources like we have video recordings, audio recordings, interactive exercises, and online quizzes. So these tools will enhance the engagement and provide immediate feedback to the learners also. And we have individualized learning. Many online courses offer personalized learning paths based on the assessment of the learners here. So based upon the assessment, they can adopt based upon the need, they can go for the proficiency levels. Now, we have communication skills also. The communication skills can be developed through this one. Though it is an online course, language learners can practice and improve their communication skills through virtual discussions, video conferencing, and collaborative projects with peers also it is there. Did you, anyone from the English methodology students, did you log in with the Swayam courses on communication?
No, ma'am.
Actually, in English, we have to do it as per the university rule. You have to log in or do an online course under Swayam. So in the same, there was a communication course given by the IFLU member, it was there, that has been done over. But one communication course is going on. It is starting from 15th or 22nd July, but I don't know enrollment has been completed or not. If you can log in, that will be very useful for you all. You will get a certificate for this one.
Ma'am, what is that, ma'am? Could you please repeat? Swayam?
You go to the Swayam, online Swayam, you go to the Swayam app. If you go search in the Google, swayam.gov, it will be there. You just go to that one and log in there. There they will show the different courses. Under then communication skills, knowledge and something information module is there. That course is going on. You will have exam in the month of November or somewhere. It will be there, but it will be all MCQ questions. But you can register online. Free course it will be there. Only examination fee will be there. That's all. That will be 700 or 800,000. That's all. Not more than that. But you will get a certificate that will be very useful. As per the rule, you have to show it to the university also. If you do it, it will be very useful. Now coming to the
try to open that. It is showing that hi there. We are working hard to build a new site to serve you better. Thank you for your patience.
okay. Now coming to the blended learning, as you all said, it is the both the things, online as well as face-to-face learning goes on. This is called as a blended learning. I think there is no PPT over here. I think you can stop it. We can just listen to this one. According to the International Society of Technology in Education, blended learning, often referred to as a hybrid learning. It is an instructional approach that combines digital or online learning materials and activities with traditional face-to-face classroom methods. Both have been integrated and it is called as the blended learning. Now, the advantage is that blended learning combines face-to-face instruction with online activities. So here the students can learn with their own space also, as well as on time. They get the feedbacks in this one. So the students can complete their work. They can learn the grammar exercises. They can listen or task online. They can do activities. And on the face-to-face activities will be there to improve the speaking skills. Group activities can be done in this one. And this blended learning focus on interactive activities such as group discussions, role plays, and language games, which fosters or develops your communication skills and your cultural understanding. And this is a flexibility is there. The blended course or the blended learning allows the students, there is a flexibility according to them. They can join it and they can learn with this one. How the content is delivered and assessed, there will be flexibility in this also. For example, a student might watch pre-recording lectures online before attending in-person workshops or discussion sessions. So that flexibility is there in the blended learning. And coming to the communicative approach. The next third subtopic deals with communicative approach, structural, situational, thematic, constructive approach, collaborative approach, eclectic approaches in this one, and inductive, deductive is added. So here, three things have been added. Thematic is added, inductive and deductive methods are added. Online and blended learning. These are the three things which have been added to this one. Now, communicative approach is where the students' emphasis is on the speaking. More speaking in an involvement of the students is given over here. So this communication approach emphasizes on the language learning, creating of the real life situations and meaningful interactions rather than memorization of grammar rules and vocabulary. So main focus is on communication. They should be able to use the authentic situations to learn the language. Here, integration of all the four skills will be given importance: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. There will be focus on the flow, fluency, and accuracy. And task-based learning is being more given importance in this one. Now, structural approach here, in the structural approach, structures are taught to the students. It focuses on the systematic presentation of the grammatical structures and linguistic patterns. Situational approach, as the name itself suggests that the teacher has to create the situation in order to teach the
Ma'am, could you
vocabulary.
please change the slide, ma'am?
Actually, there is a discontinuation of this over here, ma.
Okay,
In the
okay.
slide. I'll forward you later the PPT. No issue of it. Now coming to the all this situational approaches, everything is there in the reader. Only online blended was not there in the previous Neil Kamal book. It might have been there in the new book. But in the previous books, online and blended learning and thematic, all these were not there. So whichever it is not there in the latest books or in the current book, then I'll check it out and forward the material to you. Rest of the things you can cover it from the Neil Kamal. In this situational approach, the teacher has to create the situation in order to teach the vocabulary words or the grammar to the students. Here, the students will be using phrases, expressions, and strategies which are needed to accomplish the task. Authentic materials are used over here, like videos, role plays, real life situations are being used. And this method is task-based learning over here. There is also an integration of all the four skills in this method also. Now, coming to the thematic approach. Thematic approach aims to integrate the language skills like listening, speaking, reading, and writing, and linguistic elements like vocabulary and grammar within meaningful context, and where the students are being engaged in learning any language. So here it serves the organization or organizing the principles for curriculum design and lesson planning. So themes can be arranged from the broader aspects or broader topics, like we have in the unit 8. First topic is family. That is the main broader topic. Then we have environment. Under environment, we have different subtopics. Technology in education, globalized citizenships, all these come under the subjects where you can take with the topics. Integration of all the skills here, the learners can read and write, discuss, or they can read it, they can speak out. So all the skills will be given importance in this one. Here also, it is a task-based learning where the learning activities are given to them, and these learning activities are task-oriented and purposeful. Here, the students have to use the language skills to accomplish their tasks related to the different themes over here. Because this one, we are using it in the classroom now at present. Constructive approach. We all know what is constructive approach. Constructive approach is creating our own knowledge with the help of existing knowledge and reflecting on what you have been experienced is called as a constructive approach. So these approaches emphasize on the learner-centered instructions, collaboration, and creation of meaningful context for the learners. So active learning has been here where the learners actively engage in constructing knowledge and understanding through the hand-on experiences, exploring and inquiring the information. And this learning will be built on the previous existing knowledge, experiences, and beliefs of the learner. There is a connection between new information and the previous existing schema over here. Here, the main thing is the students are encouraged to reflect on what they have been learned through this one. So we can give various activities for this one in the classroom. We have various discourses. Eclectic approach. Last is an eclectic approach. Eclectic approach is the combination of using different approaches. Till now, whatever we have discussed in the classroom, the teacher has the flexibility to incorporate the various. Teacher is not restricted to use only one method or one approach. Depending upon the need of the student and the situation, the teacher has to use many approaches in between. That is the integration of the methods. That is called as an eclectic approach. Now, inductive and deductive approach. We all know what is inductive and deductive method. We come with starting with the deductive method. Deductive method is a traditional approach where the information is about target language and rules are driven at the beginning of the class. Here, first the rules are taught to the students, then examples are being continued with that one. So for rules, the student has to memorize it, mug up. Practice drill should be there so that the students should first get the rule, then they will be giving the examples. In this way, the deductive approach is being taken. So when you are delivering a lesson in the classroom, first presentation and explanation of the grammar rules given by the teacher. Then teacher gives the relevant examples, which will highlight the relevant grammar structures. Finally, at the last, students practice working with the rules and then produce their own examples by the end of the lesson. In this way, the teacher will be carrying out the activity in the classroom. In this way, the teacher will teach the concept. Now, coming to the inductive method. Inductive method is opposite to this one. Here, the teacher first gives examples, then the rules will be taught to the student. So here, first examples are provided by the teacher where the students will learn it. Then they will be working on the things. Then they will practice and they will produce the things on their own. This is inductive method, which we call it as. Now, coming to the strategies. Fourth subtopic is strategies, techniques, and activities. So under this, we have different language games. We have group work, pair work, collaborative, and cooperative work. Project and peer interaction is there. Coming to the language games, you all know these are the interactive activities which are designed to make language learning enjoyable, engaging, and effective in the classroom. So here, this type of language games are useful for practicing vocabulary, grammar, structures, pronunciations, as well as communication skills in a fun and interactive way. So we have different types of games and their benefits also. For example, we have word association games. I think you all will be playing this word association games in the classroom. Yes, children? You'll make your students to play these games. Even we play it at home also along with the children. Word association game. Can you give an example of this one?
Like saying one word, let's say it's asked. So with the last letter, we need to frame another word.
Yes, that is a word chain where each player says a word that starts with the last letter of the previous word. For as I said, C-A-T, cat. Last letter is T. Again, the other one will say tree. The last letter is E. Again, they say elephant. So in this way, it goes on. So this will help the learners to expand vocabulary and encourages quick thinking and improves word and retrieval skills in them. So in this way, we have various languages games. We can go on vocabulary games are there, grammar games are there, role play games are there, board games are there, and guessing games are there, memory games are there. Just a minute. So we have different language games in this way. That will be very beneficial for the students. Now coming to the group work. Any work which is given to the group of students of 4 to 5 or 5 to 6, those are called as a group work. So group work in teaching and learning English involves organizing students into small groups to collaborate on tasks and activities which are aimed at enhancing the language acquisition and proficiency among the learners. So this approach will mainly emphasize communications, collaboration, and application of the language skills. So this group works will promote communication skills among the learners. For example, if we give activities like role plays, discussion, debates, problem solving tasks, where the students are encouraged to communicate in English with the peer groups, improving their skills like speaking and listening. It develops collaboration skills also, where the group projects are being done, peer editing is done. So in this way, they will collaborate, the teamwork is done, and enhance the critical thinking also. For example, if you given any activities by analyzing the text, comparing the text, discussing on this one, solving the language related problems. For this one, the students will be encouraged to analyze, evaluate, and synthesize the information. So this will enhance the critical thinking among the students. Now coming to the pair work. This is the group work and we have the pair work also. Pair work is also very similar to the group work. It involves organizing students into pairs to engage in various language activities. Like we have active participations, we have dialogues, interviews, debates, role plays. Different topics will be given to them where the students can develop the listening and speaking skills. Communication skills can be enhanced and it will encourage interaction and collaboration, develops fluency and accuracy among the students. This is about the pair works, and we have collaborative and cooperative work. This is also very similar. Collaborative work is very similar to the group activities and the pair works also. So collaborative work in teaching English language refers to the activities where students work together in small groups to achieve a common learning goals. This approach emphasizes on teamwork, communication, and shared responsibility in the language learning process. So here various activities will be given to the students like group discussions, problem solving tasks, collaborative projects, oral communication activities, which will enhance the communication skills. And we have different things in this also, similar to the group and pair works, the activities will be given. Cooperative work is also very similar to this one. Peer interaction. Peer interaction, we all know, we all have done the peer teaching also. In the SEM 1, peer interaction is the teaching and learning English where collaborative engagement between the students will be there, where they'll actively communicate, share the ideas, and learn from each other in the process of acquiring the language skills. So here also the examples will be the same, and here also the purpose will be also the same. Collaborative learning will help to provide the peer feedback and reviews here. This one thing is there in the peer interaction where you can get the feedback easily. This was about the unit 6. So you can share the unit 7 document, sir. Sir, please share the 7th unit PPT. Because it is a practical aspect, it will be better if you see it on the slide. नहीं, ये भी अलग जा रहा है. I think, children, it is visible to you all.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Here, few things have been deleted from the previous syllabus. There were many topics over here. Then now it has been given only 5 subtopics for us. 7th unit deals with the content analysis and planning the classroom transactions for English language. Mainly, your internship activities are based upon this unit. Here, it has been given the first subtopic as academic standards. Based upon the academic standards, what are the learning outcomes based upon the concept? Second one is developing the teaching learning aids or materials, which deals with the concept of it, role and importance in the classroom teaching. The third topic is developing unit plans and lesson plans, which we call as a period plans now, based upon the learning outcomes. So here, during the pre-reading, reading, and post-reading, the plans will be developed. First subtopic is using ICT in teaching English language. Study and reference skills. I think you all have been preparing the period plans, children, because internship has started. So I hope you all are doing with the period plans. Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So unit plan, year plan, everything is done for you all. So it will be a revision for you all. Now coming to the academic standards. In your readers from 6th to 10th standard, there are given the academic standards at the end of the reader. So these academic standards are 6: listening, speak and speaking, reading comprehension, conventions of writing, vocabulary, grammatical awareness, and creative expressions. So under these things, we have different learning outcomes. Now coming to the listening. Under the listening academic standard, the main concentration is to understand and respond to what you have listened. So here the competence to listen and understand and respond is given. Here, the learner should be able to use a variety of strategies like listening for a gist, listening for specific information, or for pleasure, any kind of listening, and make use of not only verbal but also non-verbal or graphical or contextual cues to understand the message, even to know what the speaker is trying to say, the point from the speaker's side, even to follow the line of argument, many things, so that you can respond appropriately to what has been listened and what is needed there. Then speaking, when you listen, you will be responding it. So that is done orally. What you have viewed it, you have read it, you have listened it, you are responding orally. So here the learners should be able to present their facts or ideas and opinions using language appropriately to the context or the person or the topic which is given in the lecture, whatever you have listened to them one. It can be any kind of debate or conversations. You have to respond it through this one. Then we have reading comprehension. The third one is reading comprehension. Here, where the competence to read, understand, and respond orally or non-verbally or in a written form. The learner should be here able to construct the meaning by reading critically, just not reading, but you have to read critically. Critical reading involves analyzing, evaluating, and interpreting it. So that type of reading has to be done in order to understand it. So even you can pose the questions while reading, drawing the inferences, and relating the text with their previous knowledge. They should be able to select the reading strategies and adjust their reading according to it. One. They should be able to read different genres of the language text as per their level, such as the story or narrators, descriptions. We have rhymes or poems, letter is there, diary entries are there, notices or messages are there, posters are there, scripts are there. We have biographies are there, autobiographies are there, articles are there. So any kind of reading, they should be able to select it and they should be read it. Then we have conventions of writing. Here, the student should be able to respond in writing what is being viewed, what it is being read, or what is they have been listened. So they should be able to respond in written, organizing their thoughts by using cohesive devices such as linkers and all those things without the repetitions of the words over here. Then we have vocabulary and grammatical awareness. The competence to use the language and vocabulary appropriately in different discourses and social contexts. I think you all know the list of the discourses. Yes, children, what are the different discourses? The activities which you give in the classroom. Just now we said role play, diary entry, letter writing,
Minor
notices, messages, paragraph writing, descriptive, story narration. All this comes under your discourses only.
Okay.
And they should be able to use grammar properly when they are writing and doing editing. At the end of your lessons, there is the activities given. Editing are there in the writing skills. They should be able to write simple messages, notices, invitations. These are all comes under your discourses, wherever you talk about it. And the last is the creative expression, which is oral and written. So here the students should understand and they should be able to use the various words and idiomatic expressions in this one. It is based upon their creativity, how well the students should be able to use the words or the vocabulary in order to make their writing very effective. It can be an oral or it can be a written one. Now, the next part is the coming to your academic standards. I told you, I won't be explaining you. Just now I have given a gist of it. I have given an example for you because you all are writing your lesson plans. This will be helpful for you all. This is a sample of 8th standard I have given you. In 9th standard, few things will be added based upon your context. So here, based upon the 8th class reader, I have given you all the learning outcomes under academic standard. The first academic standard is listening and speaking. Responding is nothing but the speaking in the classroom. So here there are different outcomes given over here. Listen and respond to dialogue required in the context of debates and discussions. This is based upon the entire reader we are talking about. So based upon your content, which you are teaching in the classroom, based upon your unit, you can select the learning outcomes from this one. So in this way, we have various things. Reading comprehension also have given you all the learning outcomes. The next part is the second part is developing teaching learning aids or the material. What is the concept of this developing teaching learning aids? What is the role and importance in the classroom of it? I think, sir, I'll do one thing, sir. I'll be sharing you one more thing. Sir? Sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Please check the mail or on the WhatsApp. I have given you the latest document. Please share that one.
Okay, okay, madam.
Now coming to the concept of teaching aids and materials. The teaching aids and materials are here referred as resources which we are using in the classroom. The tools, it can be digital AI tools also, or the normal tools which we use in the classroom, real objects, visuals by the learners, and try to understand the concept. So all the resource materials which are using comes under the teaching aids. So these can range from the traditional tools like textbooks, worksheets, to the modern multimedia resources. As I told you, AI tools, it can be videos, it can be interactive simulations, or any online platforms. Now, role in the classroom teaching and learning. First of all, these teaching aids will enhance the students' involvement. Teaching aids makes lessons more engaging by appealing to different learning styles and the preferences of the learners. Visual aids, for instance, helps visual learners to grasp concept more effectively, because while interacting, the students will be learning more with the interest. So interactive activities cater to their kinesthetic learners. Then we have clarifying the concepts. The teaching aids will clarify the concept. If they have any kind of complexity, it will make it to the simpler concepts. So complex language concepts can be simplified and clarified through the use of the teaching aids. For example, we have diagrams, we have charts and graphs. All these can visually represent grammar rule or sentence structures, making them easier to understand. We have promoting active learning also here. Interactive materials will encourage active participation and hand-on learning experiences in the classroom.
Madam, are you able to see the screen, madam?
No, madam.
Okay, 1 second.
So role plays, group discussions, language games, all this will foster the communication skills and develops confidence in the learner. And it also facilitates differentiation. Teaching aids can be tailored to accommodate diverse learner needs and abilities. In the classroom, we have different kinds of learners, and their needs and abilities will also differ. So the teaching aids will help them to learn the concept easily. We have few challenge students also in the school. Slow learners are there where they will be facing the problem to understand it. So when the teacher uses the different teaching aids, it becomes very easy for the slow learners and the challenge students to understand the concept. And teaching aids such as the authentic texts, audio recordings, multimedia resources will help the students to expose or to learn about the real world language use and cultural context. Coming to the importance in the language learning. What is the importance of these teaching aids in the language learning? First of all, teaching aids bring authenticity to the language learning. This is the first one, where the students are exposed to the real life language use, cultural context, and regional variations. So authentic materials are here like videos, podcasts, literature, where the students can use these things and learn the language. Language acquisition here involves multiple skills: listening, speaking, reading, and writing, presentation skills, problem solving skills apart from this one. So teaching aids can target specific skills such as audio recordings for listening, comprehensions or writing promos for developing written expressions. For speaking, we have conversations, dialogue saying, or role plays, many things. Language learning can be challenging, but well-chosen teaching aids can make it more enjoyable and meaningful for the students. Engaging the students in the various activities and use of the materials will increases the motivation and encourages the continuous learning among the learner. We are integrating the technology over here. So in the digital era age, technology-based teaching aids are used and these are becoming more important. We have educational apps, online resources, multimedia platforms, which will provide interactive and dynamic learning experiences to the students. Now coming to the developing unit plans, period plans, and all those things. Now, first we talk about the annual plan. You all have done with the year plan, right? Year plan is the planning done for the whole year. Whole year as a part of your pedagogic analysis, which is known as your year plan. Madam, come to the year plan slide, madam.
Okay, madam. Year plans.
Yes, ma'am. It will be 21st slide.
Okay. Okay. Is it fine, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay.
Next slide, madam. Yes. So year plan is a planning for the year, a year work, what the teacher has to be do for the entire year. That is called as a year plan. So it includes distribution of work or lessons in a given manner throughout the year. It is also called as a systematic calendar of lesson plans, holidays, and extra activities, like we have cultural events, co-curricular activities. So all these have been included in your planning. So if the available number of periods are properly allocated to the units of the subject in accordance with the requirements, the arrangement is known as your year planning. These are all the definitions. Now coming to the advantages, you all know what is the advantage of the year plan. First of all, curriculum alignment will be there. Year plan will help the teachers to ensure that they are aligning their instructions in the intended curriculum, standards, and learning objectives. So this will allow them to organize and sequence the content effectively. Even the year plan will help the teachers to allocate the time appropriately for the different topics or the units here we call it as. And there will be a coherence and continuity also. Year plan will help the teachers to organize the learning experiences, and it helps the teachers to create connection between the concepts with the existing knowledge, with the previous knowledge, and they can progress to the learning. Even resource planning can be done in this one. What kind of TLMs can be used? What kind of resources can be utilized? This will be planned prior to the teaching. And collaboration. Year plan facilitates collaboration among the teachers within the grade level or the subject level. So this kind of collaboration helps them to share the ideas, align the assignments appropriate to the need, develop common instruction strategies in the year plan. That was for the teacher. For the students also, that is there. There can be clear expectations for the students. The students can track their progress. They can have a long-term planning based upon the year plan. And there will be a learning connections in between it. There will be a goal setting. Oh, this is my year plan. I have to set my goal for this one. Even for the parents also, it is there. They can have the transparency and involvement where the parents can have a view of this one and they can be informed based upon the discussions with the teachers. They can monitor the child's progress. And there will be an communication increasement in this one where the parents can have more meaningful interactions or conversations with their child about their learning experiences. Oh, in the year plan, it was this. Did you develop these kind of things among yourself? The parents can interact with the children. And it can be a supportive learning environment where understanding the year plan will help the parents to provide appropriate support and resources to their children. Because in this projects will be there given, so the parents can understand, oh, the project work is there. So they will ask the student, what is the project given to you? Based upon that, they can provide the resources and material to their children. And they can even collaborate with the teachers also. They can have a meeting with the teachers based upon this one in order to find where the student is standing. There is a long-term academic planning, which will help the parents to know what is going on throughout the academic session. Steps are noted over here. Unit plan. You all know you have created the unit plan. You have prepared it. The plan for the instruction of a particular unit is called as a unit plan. Please, madam, come to the next slide. It is a challenging task to be formed by a teacher as a part of the pedagogic analysis, because here in the unit plan, the teacher has to analyze each and everything. If, for example, for us, we are having unit 1. Under unit 1, we have 3 parts, A, B, C. So for all these things, we have to think the various tasks, which is a very challenging task for this one. So here, mayors and mayors, they have listed out 6 components that each unit should contain. The first one is, next slide, madam. Set goals and objectives for the students. Choose the content which you are teaching it. Then choose the method that is suitable to your content. Connect the learning activities to the experiences. So now the student is in this class, he has this much experience. So now for this content, what activities or the discourse I should give it to the student? Choose and list the resources through from where you can collect the information. Then how are you going to assess the students? Choose the assessment methods. So these are the 6 components that each unit plan should consist of. Here we have different phrases like pre-reading phase, reading phase, and the post-reading phase in the unit plan. When you plan out anything, it is for the period plan. This is the sample of the unit plan because you all have prepared the unit plan. Yes, children? You all have written in your records also the unit plan, right? So this is the sample of it. How we started with the preliminaries and all the things. I won't go in detail of this one. This is the format, how we carry out it. This is the format of the period plan. This is an example where I have taken the unit 1 and prepared a unit plan for this one. How many periods are allotted? What are the things I am going to do it over here? I have mentioned it in this. Next slide, madam. Next. Yes, this is a sample of it, where we start with the pre-reading segment. That is the theme-based interaction is called as a pre-reading phase. Then the reading phase, then the post-reading phase, we go with the activities. So in this way, the unit plan is being prepared for you all. Now coming to the 4th part. Next slide, madam. Next. Yeah. Using ICT in teaching English language. We all know this is the digital era. Now in teaching English also, we are using different virtual classrooms. We have lab activities also. We go with the virtual classrooms along with the face-to-face things. So here, using information and communication technology in teaching English language can enhance both teaching effectively and the students' engagement. Role of the ICT in teaching English languages. You can have the use of the interactive whiteboards and projectors. You can use educational apps and softwares, which I have discussed earlier now in the online blended classrooms. Online resources and digital libraries can also use in teaching English languages. Virtual classrooms, and we have augmented, that is the artificial reality has been shown. Digital collaboration tools which we use it. Language learning websites are there for the online courses. Digital assessment tools are also there. Even we have social media and blogs. These are also being used in the ICT for teaching English language. We have studies and reference skills. What are the different study skills which we have as LSRW, we say, right? No. Apart from this, we have study skills and references skills, which are called as a supplementary skills. Basic skills are LSRW. Study skills and reference skills are the supplementary skills called as. So under study skills, we have again different category, and the reference skills, we have different category. Coming to the study skills will be tackling the progress of organizing and taking the new information, retaining it in, and dealing with the assessment. So here we have discrete techniques that can be learned usually in a short time and applied to all the most fields of study it can be. So coming to the importance of the study skills will improve the learning. It helps in time management, increases the confidence among the learners, prepare for the future education and career. Good study skills will help you to gain a higher grade in this one. So for this study skills, we have 2 types of study skills, note taking and note making. You all know what is note taking and note making? Yes. Can you tell me what is the note making and note taking difference?
Ma'am, suppose when teacher is teaching and students, they are noting down the notes, and after that they are making their own notes with that content.
Yes. Note taking is when a lecture is going on in the seminar, in the conference, in the classroom, anywhere where you take in the point wise. You cannot write in detail at the time. You make a point wise, or you use the graphic organizers, like we have Venn diagrams, we have tree diagrams, many things graphic organizers are used in taking the points. And that will be utilized in making the notes. When you're making the notes, you will refer the other materials also. Okay. So for that one, we will follow a method called as an SQ3R method, where you survey, where you do question, where you will read, you recite and review. Survey is when you go to the library to select any book. First, what you do is you will not read the entire book. You will just go through the book. That's all. So you go to the index page, you see the topics which are relevant to your topic, then only you will select the book. So you will have a question to yourself whether your objective will be fulfilled if I take this book. So for that one, you will go through the book, you will skim do the skimmings, you do the scanning, then you select that by the subheadings, you will go through that one. Okay, this is fulfilling my objective, so I can select this book. So first the survey is done. So first survey, the reading is done. Next task, you put your question to yourself, what you want to learn from the reading. Then read the assignment in a manageable way. With a 15 minutes block, you can give it. Then recite to yourself that information, what you have learned from this one. Then review the reading and class notes. You can improve the attention and recall of it one. So survey needs to know the general picture of what is to be read before you can meaningfully understand and make intelligent decisions about its detail. That's what I said. You go through the book, do the skimming, scanning, everything, check out the index page, check out the illustrations, check out the graphic or graphics given in the graphs, which is given, the pictures given in that one. Then you select about it. So conduct a survey of reading assignments in order to get the possible overall picture of what you're going to study from it. Then only select the book. So how do I survey? As I told you, do the skimming, scanning, scan the sections, heading, survey it, look through the diagrams, figures, graphics, everything. Then put a question, emphasizing importance of asking questions for learning. People seems to remember what they learn in answer to question better than think just read or memorize it. So if you just memorize and read it, you will forget it. But if you put a question, when I am reading this one, what I am going to achieve through this one? What is my question and what is answer to this one? Then you will remember for a longer period. So questions give purpose of to our learning. So after you are surveyed your reading assignment, come up with some questions. You want to find the answer to it. Once go through the reading assignment, then read the assignment. So here do active reading, critical reading. Read actively, read in order to answer the questions that have been raised in your mind. So for this one, take a break. If you're not getting the answer, just take a break of 15 minutes. Again, take 5 minutes to take notes and summarize it. So what you have just read in your own words to check for understanding and to maintain your focus. So in this way, reading the assignment will be done. Reading tips are there. Do I have to read it all? No, you will not read the entire reader over here. So you don't have to read the material in chronological order. You can skip and move forward or around it. For example, unlike a mystery novel, you will not read the entire novel. So that you will read from the first page to last page. Avoid the temptations to read the ending. So go it for with a chapter of the textbook. Read the summary, conclusion, then go for the preview. Prioritize your reading. Give priority to what you are going to read it. So for this one, you have to survey the parts you may need to already know what has been discussed, identify the parts. Because when the lecture is going on, you have made the points, isn't it? Noted down the points. Based upon those points, you try to give the priority. So make the new and confusing parts a priority and read them first. If any confusion is there, give priority to that one first. Read it so that There won't be any confusion and clarity will be there. Save the familiar material for later or skip it for you if it is not required. Then we recite it. After reading and everything, recite it. Read it once again. So this will help you in understanding the concept very well. Recitation is an effective device for learning while reading a book. The only way you can really find out what you have remembered and understood from the reading is to recite. So when you recite, you will recall the many things that will help in remembering. So here, make sure that your understand and remember should stop periodically and try to recall it. Just go on, don't go on reading again and again. Once you read it, stop and just try to recall, remember what you have read it, what you have understood it. So this keep your mind from wandering too much and your eyes from going on from the point. Then we have review. Review is a survey of what one has already studied. So this overall view of the notes from the reading assignments and class notes is review. So you should review every time when you finish your reading. So here the limit reading session to maximum 4 hours. Take a 5 minutes break for every 15 minutes if you are reading for a longer time. Because you are preparing for examinations, 4 hours, 5 hours, you are sitting and reading it. Take 5 minutes break after 15 minutes. So what was that I just read? Now coming to the advantages and disadvantages of it. One, advantages are there, disadvantages are not there when you use the skip the yarn method. So here you are organizing your content, you are organizing in a systematic way, you are recording it, reviewing your notes. So this is an easy format for pulling out the major concept and ideas into a simple and efficient manner. It saves your time and efforts. So do it right in the first place system. There is no disadvantage it is. So when are you going to use it? It is used in any lecture situation, whether it can be classroom or any kind of way you can use it. Now coming to your reference skills. Reference skills refers to the ability of an individual to locate, evaluate, and effectively use the informations from the various sources. Like we have both traditional as well as the digital resources. So these skills are essential for your academic, for your research and the professional works or the personal inquiry. So in the classroom, in the schools, we are using different kinds of reference materials like dictionary, thesaurus, and encyclopedias. Dictionary is, we all know, it is a collection of words in one or more specific language. And these are being listed in alphabetical orders with the usage information. There are definitions, there are etymologies, phonetics, as well as pronunciations, and the grammar is also being given in this one. So we have Cambridge Dictionary, we have dictionary.com, Free Dictionary, Longman Dictionary, we have Merriam Dictionary, Your Dictionary, Oxford Dictionaries. Now coming to the uses of the dictionary. Dictionary can be used to look up the meaning of a particular word. You can check the spelling of the word. You can have other informations like where it has been originated, what phonetic transcription is given in this one, under which grammar it comes, which parts of speech it belongs to. So all these are the advantages of it. So in the reading segment, when you are dealing in the classroom in English, we have the period plan for the reading. So always ask the students to use the dictionary when they are reading the passage. They should use the dictionary to find out the meanings of the difficult words which they find it. Next is the thesaurus. Thesaurus is a book that contains list of words in a group of synonyms and related concepts. We have free thesaurus, thesaurus.com, thesaurus.net, visual thesaurus, and these thesaurus is useful in the Word documents when we write an email, when we write letter, we write a project report or research papers. Even we ask the students to use the thesaurus when we write essays, any compositions where the students can use different synonym words. Instead of one word only, excited, excited, surprise, surprise, astonished, astonished, only once they use it, that will not be very effective. To make their writing effective, you ask them to use the thesaurus in the discourse constructions. Then at the last, we have encyclopedia. It is a type of reference work which consists of a summary of information either in all branches of knowledge or a particular branch of knowledge. It is also based upon the alphabetical books We have different volumes of books for this one. We have Columbia Encyclopedia, encyclopedia.com, Encyclopedia Britannica is mostly used, Wikipedia is there. So these are being useful. So in the classroom, they may not be able to use encyclopedia, but always suggest the use of dictionary and thesaurus for your students. So they will be asking in from this unit, they will not ask you about each and everything. They will just ask you what are the different academic standards and learning outcomes of the English language. So you can write for any 8th standard or for the 9th standard. Then what are the different study skills and reference skills? This is one of the questions. Prepare a unit plan or prepare a period plan for this. What is the role of ICT in teaching English language? I will give you unit-wise questions. Don't worry about it. I'm just telling you what type of questions will be asked from this unit. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So I think today we can wind up with this one. We have 8th unit, 9th and 10th. I'll take it in the next session.
Okay.
Sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. I have done with the unit 6 and unit 7.
Okay.
I'll take it in the next session, 8, 9, 10, 10.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, I would request if you can share these PPTs with us, it would be helpful for us.
Yeah, 6th and 7th one, I'll share it.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.